Well, hello, old friends, and welcome back to the channel. Good news, it's Babylon 5 time, and this time we'll be watching the 5th episode of the 3rd season of Babylon 5, Voices of Authority. Friends, I can wait no longer, so wait no longer we shall. But before we get started, if you could do me a huge favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. Somehow, I found myself on the way to 10K, so each and every sub is greatly appreciated, my friends. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like earlier in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get each of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now, and now it's time to board Babylon 5 as we watch Season 3, Episode 5, Voices of Authority. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go. Right into it, always. Love them.
Women like a guy who looks trim and neat. You gotta be sharp. I look like I'm wearing a circus tent. Any minute now, a little teeny car with 16 clowns in it's gonna come flying out of my butt.
Well, that'd be interesting.
We've got a code 7R. You free?
Yeah, I'll be right there. Look, I gotta go. You take notes for me, okay?
No problem. Hey, Chief, what's a code 7R? I never heard of that one before.
Is it a ranger thing?
Got here as fast as I could.
Yes.
Wars are won or lost before they are fought, through preparation, attitude, strategy, and the selection of proper allies. Many times over the last million years, the shadows were fought to a standstill by the first ones, races immeasurably older than our own. But the Vorlons remained, so it is possible that some of the others may still be around.
Well, if this is true, then why haven't we heard from them before now?
They have grown tired of constant warfare.
Drawl would know, right?
Deep beneath their ancient cities, where no one can bother them. The rest walk among the stars.
Because he can go anywhere, right? I don't know how that works, actually.
They don't think like we do. They're old, powerful, and dangerous, and they don't like to be bothered. A combination like that, you may not want to get their attention.
Marcus is correct. Until now, we have warned the Rangers to avoid those places where the first ones still walk. They're dangerous and unpredictable.
So how do we go about sending them a message?
If you only send a signal, they will not answer. They must be found and contacted personally. The danger is considerable.
Well, the one sector that Jakar warned us about.
So, I have invited one other person to our meeting today.
Jakar? Oh, there we go, there we go!
Delenn tells me that you're going to try contacting the first ones. It is a magnificent idea. Assuming you're not vaporized, dissected, or otherwise killed in an assortment of supremely horrible and painful ways.
Drawl, you buried the lead there, bud.
The Babylon Project.
Susan is telling us about the Babylon Project. Ooh, friends. By the way, the Star Fury versus Star Fury thing, I've noticed since the very beginning. I'm sure I'll know about that. Drawl seems like a asset that they have used far too little.
Our last best hope.
For victory.
The year is 2260. The place?
Babylon 5. Chills every single time. So I am so paranoid now, and I know I've mentioned this before. What's the difference between the straight-on nod and the turn? JMS, there's no way that he didn't do something with that. Because, like, certain people turn and certain people just nod. Like, Veer turns, Zach turns, and then Jakar turns, and yeah, because Londo looks straight ahead, and Jakar turns, yep. Come on now, there's gotta be something. That seems to, and it's not like a nod, then a turn, a nod, then a turn, so it's uniform. I'm sure there's nothing to it, but whatever.
It contains information which might help in your search. Reports of encounters with alien forces beyond description.
I thought Drawl could send his consciousness out, wasn't that?
I recommend that you come down to the planet. We can go over it all and select the most likely prospect for contact.
About Zathras.
Julie Masanti, Ministry of Peace. Thank you for meeting me.
great.
Captain with you?
No, sorry.
Julie, mop.
Yeah, sure, it's right this way.
I studied the station map before I arrived, Mr. Allen. I know the way.
Okay. Zach.
You are well, I trust.
Yes, thank you.
No problems back home, nothing troubling you.
What do you need, Jakar?
You see, I've noticed that you've been spending quite a bit of time in closed meetings with Captain Sheridan. One might almost get the impression that something was up. Well, as I'm no longer on the council, I suppose I've forgotten how to tell the difference between a political session and a private meeting.
Huh.
I heard an interesting word the other day, a word I hadn't encountered before.
What's that?
What do you know about Rangers?
I knew it wouldn't take him long.
My contacts have mentioned the word to me from time to time, and sometimes they're speaking of a human, and sometimes they're speaking of a Minbari. If one didn't know better, one might conclude that...
Are working together.
Since you aren't able to help me, I'll just continue making inquiries on my own. Eventually, I will figure it out.
Oh, I want to trust Jakar so bad. I want him on the council, the war council.
Earth Force Silver Star for valor in the Minbari War. Commendations, your orders of promotion.
My grandfather won the Silver Star.
Up for the seal of the Earth Alliance, I really don't see much that gives a sense of walking into the heart of the Earth government here on Babylon 5.
All right, Julie. Thanks for your time.
Some of your recent actions have not been as politically astute as they might have been.
Now, just a minute.
I'm only repeating what I've been told. No need to kill the messenger.
What are your duties?
And so it was decided that you needed a political officer. Someone who can whisper in your ear, who could warn you about governmental policies.
Ah, like a worm tongue. Gotcha.
Zach?
Yes, sir.
Take a walk.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
My position as military governor is guaranteed under the charter of the Babylon Project.
Yes, I've read it. It does not exclude the presence of a political officer. Unless there's been a coup and no one told me.
The president invested me with sole authority here.
Yep.
Unless I...
In the sector, the whole sector.
I refuse to share that authority with an unqualified civilian.
There you go.
I am simply here to advise.
Well, then I'll call you if I need you.
I can't. I have another appointment.
Really? There's nothing posted on your schedule. What is it? Perhaps I could help.
It's nothing you need to know about.
Nothing I can't cancel.
Good. In time, you'll find I'm not as bad as you might think.
I'm worse.
Get the information and get back as soon as you can.
Not a problem. Anything else you need?
A glass of whiskey, a gun, and 2 bullets.
In the meantime, I'll need you to fill me in.
On what?
On whatever the captain chooses not to tell me. Zach, you are a member of Night Watch. You have priorities as well. Never make the mistake of forgetting that.
Those extra weekly credits don't seem like enough, do they, Zach? Something tells me they're going to get their money's worth from you, buddy. Cool, I like drifting down to the planet.
I asked for Captain Sheridan.
He's busy.
I don't like surprises.
Okay.
These noodles are wonderful. Do you want some?
No.
Wonderful.
In many ways, we have the same problem Earth does.
Earth doesn't have homeless.
Excuse me?
We don't have the problem. Yes, there are some displaced people.
It's semantics, okay.
They're either lazy or they're criminal or they're...
Oh boy, okay.
Prejudice.
No, we're just one happy planet.
Uh-huh.
Well, all right, there's the Marsies, but that won't change until they stop fighting the Earth rule.
Oh, okay.
Captain, you're a good man. You're a fine soldier, a leader.
I don't need this, but...
There's no need to embarrass our leaders by pointing out the flaws in our society that they're aware of and dealing with in their own way.
Oh my God.
Finding fault with our leaders. They're anarchists. They're troublemakers. I want to feel like I'm needed, that I'm doing my part to help bring the EarthGov back into the hands of the decent, hardworking people that created it.
You're a political spin doctor. Gotcha.
I spend so much time out of my body, I sometimes forget where it is.
I mean, wouldn't you always be in the machine?
I have set the machine so it can handle humans, And I've made sure that it can deal with my absence for several hours, if necessary.
Well, that's a good thing. It can exist for several hours.
Do not stray from the path.
Okay. Now, to my knowledge, Susan's the first one that we've seen plug into this, right? I mean, we never had anybody else.
I can't breathe.
It's all right. Try to calm your mind.
What path, too?
I see it.
Yeah, that looks like something.
I know this place. I've seen it in the star charts.
What is it?
I can feel their footprints in the sand. Hear their words.
Look at that.
It knows I'm here. It's pulling me in.
Hey, Drawl.
It is the enemy. Pull away. Go back to the path.
I can't.
Unplug her.
It knows my name.
Break off!
It's got like the rows of eyes. There's more than one. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh, there's plenty of them.
That's it. Come back now.
They know your name. I don't like that.
I can warn them. I can save the president.
No. It's too late. You're seeing the shadow of things long gone.
Really?
I've wanted Santiago dead for so long. I wasn't sure we could really pull it off.
Earth Force One will never return from Io. The power is now yours, Clark.
Morden.
I do not understand. A normal human mind should not have been able to do that.
She's a telepath.
The message, can you record it?
Yes, but how?
Do it, please. It's the proof we've needed that President Santiago was assassinated, that Clark was behind everything.
How admissible is that, though? I mean, this isn't going to look like a recording.
Can't imagine what happened to scramble my lock code.
Well, security.
Oh, yeah. Crazy.
They tried to hit me up for rent on this place last year. Can you believe it?
Well, we must all do our part.
I don't mind doing my part. I just object to doing their part as well.
Let's see what happens when we turn back around here. Yep. A good move, John, I guess. Susan, get out of here. We're going to have to be quick and quiet about this, friends.
Got a lead on some of the first ones. There's a chance we can catch him, but it means leaving right now. We don't have much time.
Damn it. I can't leave without an explanation. She'll be all over me.
Looks to me like she's already all over you.
Yep.
John?
Good luck, Captain. I think you're about to go where everyone has gone before.
Jesus.
Well, it must be colder in here than I thought. I'll fix it.
Does EarthGov think so little of John that...
I once believed the Centauri had the market on secret meetings on Babylon 5. It appears they have some competition. Something is going on, Mr. Garipald. I sense a gathering of forces that could perhaps help my people. I know we have never exactly been friends. But until now, we have never been strangers. Then perhaps I could help you.
I appreciate that, but I don't see how.
Well, then maybe that's something you should work on.
Oh, when it comes to your union situation here, he must be a very good negotiator. I've never seen anyone come up with so many creative ways of saying no to a simple proposition.
Well, I've always liked the sound of yes myself.
Did you know that your jacket doesn't fit, Mr. Allen? I suggest you have it adjusted.
You hit him where it hurts. Yeah, she's gonna be a bit of a problem.
I need someone who speaks Minbari.
You found him? I did spend almost a year living there, but if you'd rather I left, that's fine. I'm sure they must have an Earth Minbari dictionary lying around somewhere.
Wow, that is a chair and a half. Holy smokes.
957.
Natawa, Mesa Sigma Tet Vocem.
The Marcus co-actor actually seemed more fluid with the Minbari than Lanier did.
The new policies also expand the range of investigation to include past associations. Families and friends who might draw others into compromising situations.
Oh, great.
Babylon 5 security is supposed to act according to the rules of due process.
When enforcing criminal law, that's correct. But you are now an arm of the political office.
Oh, boy.
We've revised the rules of evidence to make them more flexible.
Isn't all this a little extreme?
Revised the rules of evidence. Ooh.
But in the coming months, certain individuals will be purged from their government positions on charges of sedition, immoral conduct, even spying for alien governments.
Ah, Fascism 101, everybody.
There may be some minor and temporary abridgments in the traditionally protected areas of speech and association, but only until this crisis is over.
Speech and association, you know.
And it is going to take the efforts of every loyal citizen to keep Earth safe and ideologically pure.
Oh, boy. Woo! Holy shit.
I have to be authorized to talk to you like a person. Just what is it you're running from?
Don't you have anything to do?
No.
Nope.
Also, he doesn't answer to you. Holy shit. What is that?
Transmitting recognition signal. Let's see if Drall's information is right.
It better be, or... I mean, is that a ship, or is it one of them? Is it organic, like the Vorlon? Oh, man, this thing... Oh, boy. Excuse me?
We've come to find you. The enemy that you fought before has returned.
Some multiple faces?
We formed an alliance with others. The Great Machine on Epsilon 3, the Minbari, the Vorlons.
I think you just hit a nerve. The Vorlons must have
Vorlons.
They understand our language, they're just not willing to speak to us in it.
Who knew they were French?
I like you, Marcus.
They're not moving away. I'd say they were thinking it over.
Really interesting.
Earth Force One will never return from Io. The power's now yours, Clark. Mr. President.
I give it right to ISN.
We can't release it ourselves. It'll raise too many questions, like how we got it and why we were looking for it.
I'll send it to General Haig.
Nope.
He'll get it to the right people without it being tracked back to him.
Nope. ISN.
This is the best chance we ever had, Michael. We have to take it.
I mean, roll the dice. I'm with Mike though. I think they're gonna squash it as soon as it comes out. You want to get it in front of as many eyes as possible though. ISN's probably a puppet for the government too. But they did put up the shadow shit. They're back.
Zog? Zog?
What the hell does Zog mean?
My guess is Zog means no.
Like hell. I am not letting them leave here without saying yes.
Really? I'll put a bucket on my head and pretend to be the ancient Vorlon god Buji.
That's it.
Fine, I'll get a bucket.
No, I meant the Vorlons. Open a comm channel now.
To the Vorlons or to them?
I just want to say I appreciate your response, and I fully understand. The Vorlons said that you wouldn't be up for a fight like this. In fact, they said in the last war, they carried you.
Ha! Reverse psychology on gods. I love it.
One, you just get hurt.
They're like, wait a minute.
I mean, the Vorlons are really pretty close to perfect, aren't they? And strong. We'll be sure and send you a message as soon as the fighting is over, so you can come back out again.
Wow.
I think you're making him mad.
Mm-hmm.
Good. That's what she wants. Yeah, it's back.
When it is time, come to this place. Call our name. We will be here.
Sort of sound like Kosh. What's your name? That must be like their version of the jump gate. Oh, that's crazy. Susan, doing God's work on the negotiating table.
Revelation today of evidence purporting to show that the death of
Come on.
was not an accident, but an assassination planned from within. And further, that then Vice President Clark was involved in this alleged conspiracy. Meanwhile, several Senate committees in Earth Dome will hold closed hearings to discuss the issue, and are strongly urging the appointment of a special prosecutor to evaluate the evidence.
Oh boy, special prosecutor. I'm sure we'll meet them.
Our new political officer, Julie Masante, has been recalled to Earth to help deal with the crisis in public morale. So without her guidance...
Guidance?
What, Musante? Nothing.
Come on, I know you had a private meeting with her. I know she's been asking questions.
Look, I didn't tell her anything.
Gotta take the armband off, Zach.
What am I supposed to do? Play dumb? I work for these people.
Yeah, well, you were working for me a hell of a long time before...
Yeah.
You don't trust me, Chief.
What are you talking about?
What's a Code 7R, huh? I looked it up in the books. It ain't there.
There's no Code 7R, yeah.
You got something to hide, Chief?
Look, you got a charge to make. Make it. Otherwise, I don't have time for this.
No, I don't have a charge to make, damn it.
We can't lose Zach because,
Earthdome is going nuts over all this. Clark is saying it's an alien plot to discredit him. Santiago's family is demanding an investigation. I mean, it's a mess.
Good. Let it be their mess. They deserve it.
The truth is out. All we can do is hope it does some good.
For what it's worth.
You ever hear of a Code 7R? I thought maybe it was a new security code, something I might not have access to.
No, I've never heard of it. Why?
Damn.
But sooner or later, we'll find whoever is responsible for this outrage. And they'll be punished. Severely. Publicly. And permanently.
Okay.
Oh, hell.
Jesus, Mike, be careful.
Jeez, okay. Lights low.
Lights low. Probably should turn those on before you start walking.
I told you I could help. The Book of Jaquan. Read it. We'll talk afterward.
I don't read Narn.
Learn.
He hates me.
He does not.
They all hate me.
I can't speak for everybody, but Jakar does not. All right, everybody, we just finished watching Babylon 5, Season 3, Episode 5, Voices of Authority. And the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just finished Voices of Authority, the 5th episode of the 3rd season of Babylon 5. All right, friends, so with this one, giving us basically they're setting the stakes for how our group's going to be able to operate here. You know, the War Council specifically is being not necessarily inundated, but they're being surrounded by people that are definitely picking up on some type of scent. You know, we have Jakar, who's doing it a little bit passively as far as, hey, I know that there's something going on, but, how can I help? How can I get myself involved in this? It's definitely a not a friendly, but a positive sort of like, hey, I know you're up to something and I want to be up to something with you. So we have Jakar on this kind of like one end of the spectrum as far as, well, not necessarily a spectrum, but we have as an example of somebody that's learning about the Ranger situation in the War Council. On the other side, or, another different kind of approach to this, we have Zach. And Zach is figuring out stuff, not necessarily about like the Rangers or anything like that, but he's getting hints that, Garibaldi is involved with something, that is outside of the realm of his actual job. He's lying to Zach about it. And to be very, very fair to Zach, Zach never wanted to be an informant. We saw that. We saw them in the meeting and he was kind of like really pressured into saying something about the shopkeeper. I mean, ultimately he did, but we saw the regret on Zach's face when he saw the shopkeeper being taken away. So it's not like he's really into this. Like, he's kind of falling into the ideological kind of framework of what is MOP and what is Night Watch. He's sort of got swept up into all of this. Basically, he wanted the credits. I don't think that there's anything more nefarious to Zach than that, other than Zach is acting as an example of somebody that normally wouldn't have a political sway, wouldn't say, oh, I better, just for, what is now being defined as patriotism from the Ministry of Peace, where he's going to just fall lockstep into that and begin to like inform on people and things like that. However, because of his sort of indifference, remember Zach said, I used to fall asleep during history class. He's not really historically or politically motivated that we've seen anyway. However, he is now being told by Night Watch on several different occasions that there are subversive elements inside the current culture, whether it be inside the political arena, the military arena on Babylon 5, back on Earth, and it requires people like Zach to be able to look and identify them and tell the appropriate voices of authority who these dissenters happen to be. I don't believe that Zach felt that way or, would fall into that ideology. However, he's being warned of these things, and now he's seeing suspicious behavior from Mike. It's not, Zach's not going to have enough of a frame of reference just because of his own admission. He's not a fan of history. He's not a fan of these things. Where if he hears somebody over and over, different people over and over saying, hey, we've got a problem, we've got these elements inside our society, and then he's given what looks to be the perfect example of one of these subversives, especially in Mike or somebody else, he might think, oh my God, I think they're right. And then you add conflict between he and Mike that further kind of pushes Zach away towards, the Mop and Julie and everybody like that. So it's I absolutely expect excellent storytelling from JMS, and he's showing it to us right now that he is setting up Zach in a very organic way. Zach isn't being kind of like thrust or kind of artificially made to be this type of person. We're seeing it grow and develop. But this is the strength of long-form storytelling. JMS is able to make sure that these beats hit in a specific pattern that doesn't seem too rapid. It doesn't seem too slow. It seems organic, and that is an incredible advantage that long-form storytelling has. It is able to make this look as natural as possible because it takes what would be a natural period of time for these things to happen. As audience members, our view of time gets subverted. We look at things on a weekly basis, whenever these things come out, each episodic, we see how these, different stories develop over these 40-some minutes that we have. However, because of Babylon 5's constant reinforcement of not only the year that we're in, the season we happen to be in, how many months, weeks have passed since our last interaction or like major event, it's given us a real sense of time inside the Babylon 5 universe. And because of that, we're able to actually see how Zach evolves into these things. And that is really, really well done. Probably one of the best things that JMS has been able to kind of put into practice, being able to actually show us how this is supposed to work. And again, you all have told me we're in a huge stretch now where JMS writes every single episode. He is the voice of Babylon 5. He decides. He is the drummer. When the beat needs to drop, JMS is the one that's on the gong. You know what I mean? And so because of all of that, we're getting to experience in real time the subversion of a loyal character like Zach. And I know I'm talking about Zach way too much for this episode, but I really like the idea because we have so much kind of political intrigue and political machinations that have been thrown into this one. Real warnings. We've been given warnings here, everyone, because this is, the Mop is increasing in power. We're being told of how they're rewriting laws to make them more flexible for the definitions they want to apply to them. Oh boy, again, if Zach were a fan of history, this might remind him of something. Now, as far as the first ones are concerned, Susan, in my mind, might need to be the liaison to these. Apparently Susan speaks first ones, and again, this is something that she used reverse psychology and basically said, oh, the Vorlons are tougher than you anyway, and immediately put a comparison in play. But what that tells us too is, even though these first ones are considered to be ancient, powerful beings, we are given here in our very first interaction with them the idea that they are far more, more similar to us than maybe what we originally thought. They act like gods, sure, they could, as far as their power and things like that, but I'm starting to smell a little bit of like the Greek god coming off of them, where they have the same sort of hang-ups that mortals do. They have the same type of passions, the same type of vices, the same type of things that they consider to be insulting, So again, I really like, just with that little exchange, we're shown now that while we're dealing with these all-powerful beings, they're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. And that is, again, another huge, huge credit to JMS's ribbon of storytelling that he's able to employ throughout the entirety of the series. It works, it builds, it seems right when it drops. And even though we have this kind of a weird human quality applied to the first ones, it fits. And now we know a little bit more, at least, of the possibility of future interactions. Things that, we've experienced this before, we might very well experience it again. Or this worked, maybe it'll work again. Or maybe we meet some first ones who are very different, which gives us a broad, kind of expectation for the first ones, not being of a singular type of mind or mindset or ideology, but being way more human than maybe we thought with, or Minbari or any of the races where you have something that is more similar than different. And in that kind of part of the diagrams that intersect, we might find some common ground that doesn't have to really end in, with a pissing contest and threats. But again, Susan needs to be our diplomat in this one. She speaks first one. It's just an excellent episode to give us, this is something that desperately needed to happen here early in the season because the political climate has been hinted at, but hasn't been defined. And now we know that a hand grenade in the form of this communique between Morden and Clark has gotten out, given to ISN. The reason why I said ISN during the reaction is ISN may very well be a puppet of the government in some respects, but they showed that shadow clip and had it taken down. Get it in front of as many eyes as is humanly possible. It seems like ISN was the appropriate path for that again. I love that they were able to do that. But now we know what's going on at home. It's not good. We know how it's kind of bleeding over into Babylon 5 with Julie and, the new expectations that Night Watch has for all of its members as far as being informants. We know the political climate is very, very heightened. We also know that Drawl is actively involved now in looking for these first ones. It's setting we're making the table up, we're actually putting out the place settings and everything for I'm assuming what will be the entirety of the season and series going forward. This is an establishment shot and an establishment episode that JMS does so well, because normally with this type of drop into an episode, it wouldn't be as entertaining as it was. But JMS has the perfect recipe. If we're setting the table, somebody's got to be cooking, and that cook is JMS, friends. And if he has a restaurant open, business is a booming. Couldn't love this show anymore, friends. Thank you all for watching it with me. If you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and allows me to alert you next time it's time to board Babylon 5. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear, dear friends, all that is then and this is now, and now it's the sad time. It's the time where we have to say goodbye from Babylon 5, but as a reward for being the Greek chorus, this time with Greek-esque gods in the skies, we get to say goodbye from an scene inside the episode. Where should we say goodbye from? Well, friends, what I thought we would do is I'm putting us on the White Star because I want to be there for first contact with the first ones. And I want to see our commander, Susan Ivanova, rip ass and become the diplomat spokesperson for us and these ancient first ones, because she knows how to speak their language. Friends, until such time as we can learn more from the great JMS, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.